Good afternoon, everyone. It's your favorite nonfiction author, Matt D. Talford, author of Captain's Meet, a practical guide for tennis captains, league players, and high school coaches. If you don't have a copy, let me know and I'll tell you how you can get one. Very easy. They're only $15 in paperback and $9.99 in ebook. Those ebook formats are Kindle and Apple iBooks. Now, to get on to our Hot Topic Wednesday topic. This one's pretty good, folks. Didn't get any questions this week that we decided to use, but do want to discuss an issue that happened on the tennis court last night during a league singles match, and I'd like to get you guys' thoughts and opinions. So, now of course, when you're captaining, and this is just as an aside, one of the most difficult things you'll ever have to do is play while being a captain at the same time, because inevitably at some point during the season, something's going to happen that sort of distracts your attention away from your own match and has you sort of halfway paying attention to what's going on in another court. Now, so to get back to last night, I'm captaining in a 4-roll singles league match and had a situation on the court right next to me. It involved one of my players and one of the opposing players. With the score at 2-love for my guy in the second set, there seemed to be a discrepancy with the score. My player thought that he had won the game after winning the final point after 40-love. The other guy said, no, you got the score wrong. You were down love 40, you tied it up at deuce, and then you went up. It's your advantage now. This is game point. And they could not agree on what the score was. They continued to go back and forth, and my player had retired to the bench and sat there waiting for the other player to leave the court. So he was refusing to concede the point. The other player also refused to concede the point. So they continued, and this standoff happened for what appeared to be about 5 minutes, at which point the opposing player picked up his racket, put it into his bag, and he started to leave. He said, well, your 5 minutes are up. You only get 5 minutes for an injury timeout. So in the middle of my own deuce-add battle, and this was to, gosh, I was down 3-2. Yeah, I was down 3-2, so I was actually, yeah, my opponent was serving. My opponent graciously offered to pause and let me go and handle that other situation because he noticed that I was kind of paying attention. And after one point, I told the guys, I said, hey guys, don't go anywhere. I'll come over and talk to you guys after this game is finished. And so I said, you know what? I'm not going to do that while you're serving. It's not fair to you. You go ahead and serve. And if, when this game is over, win or lose, we'll handle that. So I ended up breaking his serve, but at the end of the game, I went over and talked to the guys, and I said, what's this 5-minute thing you're talking about? And he says, well, he only gets 5 minutes as an injury timeout, and if he can't go on beyond that, then the match is over and I win it. And I said, no, he's not taking an injury timeout. And I asked my player, I said, are you taking an injury timeout? He said, no. I said, secondly, there are no officials out here, and so you guys kind of need to know what the rules are, which is chapter 2 in my book, Captain's Meet, Know the Rules. Now, to be honest with you, this was unprecedented. I have been a captain now. I'm in my 16th year as a captain, and I honestly have never seen this situation before where you had two players playing each other where neither of them was willing to concede what the score was. So, to wrap this up really quick, because I don't want this video to go too long, how do you handle that? Well, to prevent it, let's talk about prevention. To prevent it, it's really simple. Just be sure that you call the score out before each point before each serve, and make sure that the other guy acknowledges that, so make sure that there are no disagreements at that point, okay? Secondly, how did I handle that last night? I told the guys, I said, look, I asked my player, I said, are you quitting here? Are you refusing to play him because he won't agree on what the score is? He said, no, I'm not quitting. And so I asked the other guy, I said, well, are you leaving the court because you don't want to continue the match? He said, no, I'm leaving the court because I said, look, there was no injury timeout here. He's not injured, you guys. And this is how I handled it. So to wrap things up, what I want to ask is, if there is an official out there that's watching this, please chime in and let me know if I handled it right. I need to review the code. It was late last night when I got home, and I didn't go over the code to find out if there's been a precedent established for this. So my question is, did I handle this right if you're an official? What I told both these players was, I said, hey, if you guys cannot agree on what the score is and you don't want to continue playing, then I have no choice as captain but to enter this match result as a double default. I don't want to do that. Both you guys are playing too well. The guy who stood on the court that had supposedly lost the game, he was up a set but down 2-love, and what he felt was game point. The other guy was down a set but was up 2-love, and he thought 3-love. So I said, you guys, they said, well, Matt, what should we do? I said, hey, I told my player, look, he is will. I said, by rule, if you guys can't agree on the score, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, you should replay the point. But their thing was, well, how do I replay the point if I know what the score is and he doesn't, and it back and forth. So I said, I'll tell you what, can you guys agree at least at the lowest common denominator? This guy was willing to concede that it is game point and you're up, your advantage. Would you please replay this point so that you guys can get through this match so I don't have to double default you? Reluctantly, my player agreed, and they finally, sorry about the hand there, they finally got back on the match and got back on the court and finished the match. Ultimately, the player opposing my team won the match. So that was pretty much what happened there. Ooh, sorry. Anyway, technology, right? So that was it. So it's 6 minutes here. I wanted this to be a lot shorter than this, but it took a while to get that out. So my final question is, any officials out there, did I handle that the right way as a captain? Or is there a precedent established in forensic court or in the code that I don't know about that perhaps I should? I'm going to review it when I get home, but I'd like to know from you if you're an official. And I want to hear from you too, fans and players and followers alike. Have you run into any situations like this on the court, if you're a captain or if you're a player, and how did you guys handle it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being a member of the Captain's Mate VIP Players, Captains, and Coaches group. And I look forward to hearing from you guys. And guys, thank you for all your participation to this point. I'm going to have to probably do more videos because I'm getting a lot of questions and things that, no questions this week for the Hot Topic Wednesday, but keep those questions coming in. And I'll tell you guys in another video how you can get a free copy of my book. Thanks and have a great day.